So today I'm going to talk about what I wish I would have known when starting law school. I'm going to talk about three things I wish I knew before starting law school and three things I wish I knew during law school. Hey guys, this is Sam Malai. I'm a business lawyer for entrepreneurs. As a business lawyer, I help entrepreneurs start and grow their business. So I've been starting to get this question a little bit here and there from a couple of people that I basically mentor. And these are advice that I wish I would have shared, that I wish I would have known before starting law school, and things I wish I would have known during law school. So let's start. The first is asking yourself, do I really want to be a lawyer? Like, really? So you gotta ask yourself, like, why? The first question is, before you do anything, is why do I want to become a lawyer? Is it because somebody told you to do? Is it because your sibling or your friend, your best friend is doing? So you're like, might as well, I should do it too. Are you just being a sheep and following everybody else? Is it because of financial reasons? Is it because you really want to help out the society? The why really, really matters. Always start off with the why. And if what I really gotta point out is, if money is the number one reason why you want to go to law school, you should definitely highly reconsider that. So yes, going to grad school or law school or any kind of grad school, yes, it does help with helping you, giving you a better opportunity for you to make more money. It doesn't necessarily guarantee it. I know a lot of lawyers who, once they become a lawyer, they have a very hard time finding a job, or at least a good paying job. So, don't make that the reason why you want to go to law school. Have a better reason why you want to go to law school. Don't make money the primary reason. And then also, as part of this, for you to figure out the why, it's probably a good idea for you to go intern for free or work for free for somebody, for a lawyer, and see what it's like to be a lawyer. That might actually change your mindset about whether you want to be a lawyer or not. So number two thing that I wish I would have known before law school is that school loans really matter. So the way law school treats it is that it's kind of like a business for some law schools. It feels like is that they basically encourage you to come to their school, and they try to give you a small bit of a small form of a scholarship to kind of entice you to come. But what's really important is to make sure to not take out that much loans. I would say anything over $50,000 is considered enough to affect your life. Over $100,000, if you have to take over $100,000 in school loans to go to law school, I definitely would not do that. And the reason why is, even though it may not seem like it's much in the grand scheme of things, what people don't really talk about is the compound effect of interest on those loans. So usually, whenever you take out a school loan, it's anywhere from 5 to 10%, typically. And the same way that entrepreneurs and successful investors talk about the compound effect of how you invest some money, and over time that interest compounds. Don't forget, the same exact thing is also applicable for interest. So yes, it is 6%, but let's just say you have $100. You come out of law school with $100,000 in loans. Right away, as soon as you graduate, you pretty much your loans start accruing, and every year that increased amount with the principal amount and with the interest amount, that also gets pretty much interested. So there's interest added on interest that gets compounded. So you'll be so surprised how fast the 100,000 balloons to 150 to then 200,000. So be very careful with that and try to get as much scholarship as possible. Number three, which law school you go to doesn't matter as much as you think. So of course, always make sure that the law school you're going to go to is accredited, but exactly which law school you go to doesn't really matter in practicality. What really matters is how you do in the interview, and what the person thinks of you during that interview. So don't make what law school you go to such a big factor. It's some factor, but it's not the primary factor at all. Now, the next three things that I wish I'd known during law school is that law school is hard, if you treat it like that. And what I mean by that is a lot of people tell you, yeah, law school is very hard, complicated, and I feel like law school wasn't necessarily that hard. It's only hard if you treat it that it's hard. So go through law school, having the expectation that it's a challenge, that you have to get through, but don't make it harder for yourself by thinking that it's hard at all times. It is hard, but not that hard. It's not the end of the world. You just have to treat it like a game. Do what you got to do. Take your notes, do your outlines, and play the game and take the final. So let's talk about the notes actually. So that's the point number 2, is that taking notes doesn't matter as much as having an outline. So usually in law school, when you start off in law school, they teach you to take notes, and then when it gets close to the final, you take those notes and turn into outline. What I found to be very effective was creating outlines from week 1, and just going straight to the outline, creating an outline, skipping all the notes, and just going straight to the outline. So definitely try that out. If you're in law school right now, definitely do that. And then number 3, how you do in law school doesn't determine where you end up after law school. So a lot of this is maybe when it comes to grades or things like that. Your grades don't really determine your faith, believe it or not. A lot of it comes down to job interviews, knowing the right people, the whole shebang. So don't worry, just use law school to take it as an opportunity to learn. Don't treat it where you're just there trying to get A's. Yes, it matters, but it doesn't really matter as much. It doesn't give you a better job opportunity just because you have higher grades. So if you're considering law school, take these things that I've shared with you. If you have any questions, you could comment below. And if you're in law school, share with me, or if you're considering law school or you're in law school, comment below and let me know what you think. If you have any suggestions for other people to be able to learn from. Look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.